Hey everybody, this is Miss K and welcome to Miss K on Postal. So yeah, excuse my look, baby. Today I'm off and I'm out in these streets and I'm running wild. Ain't got no lashes, ain't got no nothing. But you know how it is. When I got information to tell you guys, it don't matter. It's just like the post office. Rain, sleet, snow, or hell, baby. Miss K got to give it to you. So I'm going to give it to you. So a couple of days ago, there was a letter that was like a memorandum given out by the president of the Mail Handlers Union directly to management and also to individual plants, those in upper and middle management, in regards to what they call the SDCs, which are the sorting and distribution centers. Now, a couple of days ago, I believe JH made a video in regards to all the SDCs that are coming online in next year, 2024. So I got a little letter, little information about the SDCs. A lot of people are concerned about what the SDCs are. Are we going to be moving there? Is it going to be available for new hires? We have MHAs who are here for Christmas who are concerned if they're going to get a job or not. So this will explain a lot. I'm going to read it to you because I have to read it. And you guys, I don't like to fucking read because I seem like a school teacher. And I got to put on my readers, y'all. So bear with me while I read this shit, okay? So this is what it says, right? So yeah, don't laugh at my readers. I'm old. Okay, so this was to all the local union presidents, regional, national, right? This is from the national president of the Mail Handlers Union. The manager was CC'd on this, and the CAD, the representative for the NDRC, right? So this is the MOU, which is a memorandum of understanding about the sorting and delivery centers and the staffing of it. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready? So it's a copy signed of the MOU about the staffing and the sorting distribution centers between the USPS and the MPMHU, which is the National Mail Handlers Postal Union, whatever. Okay? So it says the SDCs are a new facility from the Delivery of America plan, which is the 10-year plan that DeJoy has, that will create large carrier stations by consolidating smaller offices. And this is some stuff that we've been talking about before. Stations, smaller offices being closed, being moved to the mega plants or to other plants along with the carriers, right? Okay, so it says, as set forth in the MOU, the parties agreed to allow management to exceed the MHA and or PTF cap for a period of 120 days from the activation of the SDC. During this period, a jurisdictional inventory per the RI 399 process should be completed. At the end of the 120 days, the USPS and the National Mail Handlers Postal Union will discuss the staffing of the SNDC. Should you have any questions about these appeals or implementation of the MOU in any particular facility, please contact the National CAD, right? And it says disseminate memorandum. Now, y'all heard what I said, right? As set forth, management has agreed to allow to exceed the MHA and PTF cap for 120 days from the activation of an SDC. Okay, so I'll take my glasses off because I don't need it for this now. So I know in my area where my plant is located, we already know of the new SDC that is going online next year. It is not breaking ground for the SDC. It is not, they got to put the windows in and the doors. That mofo is there. Because what, guys, you fail to understand is a lot of the facilities that the post office, the postal service in general, are acquiring are not buildings that they have to build. They're already buildings that are there, usually in industrial parks, and they're taking those and gutting them out, and they're making them either SDCs or they're making them into the RP, the Regional Processing Distribution Center, blah, 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 the super ones. So when they're closing these stations and these smaller offices, they already have leases on these particular places. Now, the leases are either coming up for renewal, and the post office is going, we ain't renewing this shit no more. Everybody going. Or they're just not renewing. They're just not going to stay in that particular location. 99.9% of the time, they are not renewing their lease, because a lot of the leases, especially if it's a retail space, their leases are coming up and they're going, nah, this way you're going. So in a lot of areas already, you guys already know their SDCs already. My area, this SDC is just popping up. Now, remember I told you guys we lost our PDC status, which is Processing and Distribution Center, to the LDC, so we're a local distribution center. That means that anything that we're not supposed to be processing should get kicked to the SDC, right? Right. So this memo was to let management know that if there's an SDC in the area that is going to open, they can exceed the cap to hire MHAs and PTFs, right? So mind you, the SDCs are what they're using to either put carriers there, the stations that they close there, anything extra that they're going to put there, maybe some, PSCs, maybe some mail handlers that were at a particular station or at another location that they're consolidating to go there, which means if you are MHA or you want to become an MHA, or if you are a PTF and in your area you heard or maybe someone told you, hey, they're opening an SDC and they're going to start hiring. Well, baby, you got a good chance of getting the motherfucking job because they're allowing it for 120 days until there is an evaluation of what that staffing is entail. Because remember, right now, there's not mass movement. Movement that's happening is slowly but surely. You have a couple of places that are closing and then they're sending those employees to another location, maybe temporarily, or they're just working until they're going to close. And then whenever that SDC becomes open, then they'll send you over there. When everyone gets there, then they'll figure out, hey, do we need right now 20 MHAs? Well, fuck it, let's hire 30. Do we need 15 PTS? Fuck it, let's hire 25. So this is giving them a window to allow extra staffing just in case to see how stuff works in the logistics of moving everybody. Now, at my facility, and I told you guys already, they're abolishing my bid, and those of us who are in 010, which we also call 017, which is also called 018, and for some of you guys it's called culling, depending on where you are. So we already know right now that in my area, 4 stations, and I can't tell y'all which ones those are, but 4 stations will be closed. They're not renewing the leases on those particular spots. They are closing those. They're going to send about 160 carriers, PTFs, clerks, whatever they're sending over to our location. Actually, they said they're going to put them in our area that is going to close. They're going to move machines and do whatever. Now, we all knew this shit was coming. We knew. We just knew. But a lot of us was in motherfucking denial as into regards to what was going to happen, when it was going to happen, or this shit never fucking happens and I'll hold my breath because they ain't going to do nothing. But when these machines start moving out and people start getting their jobs abolished, now you want to believe. Even at my location on Tour 2, they've abolished the 9 to 5:30 bids and they gave them 7 to 3:30 bids. So what are you making movement for? You are abolishing bids for regulars who already have these bids and bumping them and reestablishing bids from 7 to 3:30. That means you're making room for something. What I just read you guys and what y'all been hearing about these SDCs, that's what they're making room for. They're making room for those. So in the hierarchy of things, the way it's supposed to work, the regional processing distribution center is the big dog. That's the big dog. Super huge facility. Motherfuckers gonna be there. Floodlights everywhere. Everybody gonna be working there. Underneath that will be your SDCs. So your SDCs will be like the middleman. Whatever LDCs, which will be us, which we're now low on the totem pole, cannot process anymore, or because we're small and we're only supposed to be doing local, the sorting, which is the SDCs, which is the middleman, is going to be handling all the extra stuff from the LDCs, which will go back and forth between the RPDCs and the SDCs and the LDCs. Maybe it's a lot of C's, elemental P's everywhere. But it just goes to show you guys that everything we've been talking about, regardless of who you're watching, because there's a lot of people out here, nobody ain't bullshitting and lying to y'all. Nobody ain't playing games with y'all. This man got a 10-year motherfucking plan. Like it or love it. It doesn't matter. or hate it. But whatever he's trying to do, whatever he's trying to implement, the way he sees it, this is what's going on. And this is what he's going to do. And yes, maybe right now it seems like, well, damn, it's like you're cutting jobs and you're doing this and you're doing that and there's no mail volume. Is this going to be something that's going to be a good outcome in the long haul for the fucking post office? Baby, only time will tell. We don't know. I'm sitting on a month and a half in my bid. I don't know. You know what they say. You neither know the day or the time, baby, when you touch the hem of his garment. I don't know when they're going to come give me a paper and tell me it's over. We already know it's over. I just don't know when. But they're telling you right now that there is still hope for a lot of people who want to get into the post office. And there is still hope that, guess what? If there's an SDC, that means you have a place to go. It may not be where the fuck you want to go, but it's where you're going. Ours going to open up next year. We don't know who's going, how they're going to disseminate, how, if it's going to be mail handlers, if it's going to be clerks, if it's going to be which carriers are going, which stations are going there. We don't know nothing yet. Every day with this situation with the post office, it's like a fucking roll of the dice, baby. You don't know. Like Forrest Gump say, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Because you just really don't fucking know. And if your management, if your union does not keep you abreast of what's going on, how the fuck are you going to know? Anything that comes across Miss K fingers, her ears, I'm going to let y'all know about it because I want y'all to know, because a lot of y'all are concerned. And a lot of y'all are MHAs who either just got hired for the holiday or you didn't make the cut to get converted. So you sitting here wondering, is my job safe? Am I safe? Baby, I just told you. If they open an SDC somewhere in your regional facility, in your regional area, you might have a motherfucking chance to get a job. And hey, and for those of y'all who was like, I don't know about applying for the post office because I'm hearing all this and all that, because there are talks of layoffs. We don't lay nobody off in the post office, baby. We just move your monkey ass around from one place to the next if it's a necessity to do so. So there are no layoffs. We don't lay nobody off. We might lay you the fuck out, but we won't lay you off. But anyway, so if you're still considering trying to work at the post office and you're trying to apply for any one of these positions, it's looking pretty good for you. 120 days may not seem like a lot, but that's time that you can make money. And maybe, hopefully, they'll say, hey, we hired 100. I need 50. And you number 48. Then you made the motherfucking cut, right? All right. But I'm just out here in these streets, out here in these streets. And Miss K wanted to make sure I was like, I forgot to tell y'all this. I had forgot. I didn't make sure I give you the information. But this is for my mail handlers. But it's also for my possible maybe the clerks. Because they may be doing the same thing. Your APWU has to find out, or if they should have got an MOU, they should have already done the MOU with management for your particular facility, for your particular region in regards to what's going on. Because if there's an SDC and they need to exceed the cap, they're giving them permission. So right now, for some of y'all, depending on what facility you're at, and you see there's a massive influx of them hiring. And I'm talking about holiday help. I'm not talking about permanent, like, 360 MHAs or PSCs or PTFs. They're coming in for the holidays. And if you're like me, every week they roll in a new batch. It's like cookies. They're baking. Here come a batch right here. Here come another batch and another batch. And we're like, well, there's no mail here. This is why. This is why. Because if they hire, let's say, 200 people for your facility, and there's an SDC somewhere around, and that mofo gonna open up next year, and there are certain dates already out for certain areas of when that SDC is going to open. And if you got 200 people at your facility, MHAs, and they way over the cap, and they say, well, we're only going to keep 10 at this facility, and then we need 30 for the other one. That's the reason why. So for my mail handlers, because I know how y'all is, because you know mail handlers, we buy that shmoney, baby. We do not fucking play. They already complaining about how many people we got for the holidays. That's the reason. That is the fucking reason. Because now you're telling them you can exceed the cap for SDC. So you know how there's a loophole in every fucking thing the post office does. So why not hire all these extra motherfuckers for your location? And then, boop, lo and behold, SDC pop open. And that's where they're probably going to go. Y'all get it? I keep telling y'all, baby, this chess, this ain't fucking checkers. And as soon as y'all realize that shit, the better off you'll be. But hey, you got a job, right? You protected by the union, right? Right? So, just giving y'all some knowledge, y'all. Giving y'all some knowledge. Because we all need the information. Doesn't matter if you're new, doesn't matter if you're old, if you're retiring or you're retired. It still affects you. It's a vicious circle, baby. Vicious. But anyway, Miss K just wanted to come to y'all. I gotta hop out the car because I'm shopping and I got things to do and I'm out and about in these streets. Remember, y'all, it's Fuck Yeah Friday. I hope you're having a great day. If you're working, enjoy that. If you off in the next couple of days, enjoy that. If you riding out on a long weekend with Miss K, we finna enjoy that shit, ain't we, y'all? We is. So, always remember my Postal Freaks. I'm here to give you the information. Shit you can use. Another tool to put in your motherfucking toolbox. And remember, love and light. Peace.